Welcome to the Redvee TV preview show. This week previewing tomorrow night's game against Warrington, in a game that doesn't actually mean much in terms of the table for Saints, but a win will consign Warrington to 4th place, we assume, because Castleford will beat Widnes, and it means that in the Super 8s we won't have to travel back on the M62 via 10 million diversions.
Probably on a Thursday night as well.
On a Thursday night. So boys, if you don't fancy going on that coach, going via Batley, Oldham and Timbuktu, win tomorrow night.
Well, win anyway.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Team news.
Zeb Tyre comes in for the injured Adam Swift. I think Swift's unfortunate to have found his way back into the 17 and then pick up what I think is a groin injury. But Tyre coming back in, you'd imagine you can pretty much name your back line. Morgan will come into the centres, making some back out onto the wing.
Percival back in centre as well.
Yeah, Percival back in.
And they'll get Ben Barber again before the semi.
Yeah, as long as he's fit. I mean, I know Holbrook has kind of said that as long as he's fit, he'll play. So it just depends whether he's still got that little injury doubt.
Obviously, the semi next week, Warrington are pretty much going relatively full strength as well for what they've got available. Tough game tomorrow night to call.
Yeah, I mean,
you'd have to back us being the home side.
Yeah, and I mean, I know they've got a decent record against us since we've moved here, but I mean, arguably, well, on our day, we're the best team in the league. That's undisputed.
Yeah, if we play well, we beat anyone.
That's it. Even 85% against a team who's 100%.
About 80.
We're arguably still
70.
The best team. All right, let's not push it. But yeah, it is a tough one to call. I still think Saints will win the game though.
It's Adam Swift. We just briefly touched upon it, but every single time he gets his chance, something strikes the lad down, and it's just how unlucky can a man be? Because he's been playing really well. Yeah, he made that one little error at Wigan last week when he knocked on our own line, but that's it. He's been flawless apart from that.
Yeah, he's done all right since he's come back in. I think he's done everything that's been asked of him. It is a shame for him because he was looking like the Adam Swift of old, wasn't he? He had his jitters a year or two ago under the high ball, but he looked pretty good. As you say, there was the one error that you can recall on our own line, but it didn't cost us. So yeah, it's really, really unfortunate for the lad, and really feel for him.
What have you made of Warrington this season so far?
Well, I backed Warrington to finish top at the start of the season. I thought they'd be going well. Obviously, they didn't start too well, but I think Steve Price has got them going great at the moment. They're one of them teams who can turn up and turn you over if you're not on your game. But yeah, I don't know. They're good in parts, and there's sometimes I don't know. They just seem to throw in a performance or a result that just surprises you a little bit.
Yeah, for me, could they come here tomorrow night and beat us? Yeah, they could. Could they then go and lose to Leeds next week? Absolutely. Yeah. So, the little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde side. They've made a sign under their own today. I don't think he's going to play tomorrow night. Badine Thompson. From Lee, because everybody's leaving Lee. They threw the towel in with a game remaining, even though they could potentially finish second on that in that league. Because Featherstone are going away to Toronto, and they'll lose there. So they'd only need one of the other the other three sides above them to lose, and they'd make the 8. But isn't it strange, the transfer deadline being Friday? Yeah. So basically, if they don't shift the players out before Friday, they're going to be stuck paying them. Yeah. Without knowing whether they'd be in the middle 8s or not. Yeah. Very strange Super League decision.
Does that surprise you?
Well, not Super League, RFL decision. RFL. Maybe this is why Elstone's needed in the Super League, because he might have a bit more common sense.
Do you know what? That's the phrase I was about to use. The common sense of when should we put that transfer window.
Even do it on Monday.
Yeah.
The day after.
Yeah.
So League could play their full team on Sunday, see what happens, but have things in place on Monday. If it doesn't go to plan, let the players go then.
Yeah. Well, you could have it any time, couldn't you? Monday, Tuesday.
Absolutely crazy.
And just, as you say, it's just a little bit of common sense, and hopefully that's what the new regime can bring.
What do you make of the lead, though? Have they just not managed the finances well enough? They've got that parachute payments, but it's been go for it and bust, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I mean, you'd almost expect them to just come straight back up with the team that they had. You kind of expect them just to to have enough to be in there, well, be in the 4 anyway, and give themselves a shot without having to get to the last game of the season. I mean, if before the season started, you turn around and say, well, they're better than Featherstone, they're better than Halifax, they're better than London.
Yeah. So they had an awful start, didn't they?
They did, yeah, and that's probably, is that the right coach in charge? And obviously, you can make coaching appointments and they can go wrong, or you can keep...
It was Dukes, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you can keep someone in a bit too long as well, I think, and whether it was a case of he was the right man for the job, it's been proved not, because they lost so many. But yeah, I don't know if it's a gamble or I don't know. It's difficult to say. They should be coming back up. So it's not like they're a team from nowhere and they've thrown money at it and gambled on it on one season.
The problem is now that's it. Forget it.
Well, they go part time now.
Yeah.
And it is a shame, but I think it just proves that nobody's got a God-given right to play in the top division, us included.
There was a rumour that they might only end up by Friday having 7 of their own squad and be borrowing players off Lee Miners. Potentially. Wow. I don't know how true that is. I was on one of the Lee forums this afternoon, so we'll wait and see what happens on Friday and what they're left with. But it's a crying shame because Lee have a really good following and probably would offer more to Super League than Widnes would.
Well, but Widnes, on the back of that, Widnes are making some good signings from.
Have they signed Liam Finn?
They've signed Liam Finn on loan from Wakefield. They've signed Harrison Hansen from Lee until the end of next season.
I think this is what frustrates me though. You can be awful all year, win 1, draw 1, lose 21, but then pick up 4 or 5 players for 8 games and retain your status, and then just be awful again for another 12 months.
But yeah,
I know that's the system.
So. Yeah, that is the system. But
hopefully that's what'll change. One up, one down. They won't be able to.
But Widnes are playing that system well because they've been linked with Craig Hall as well, who will be a good signing for them. It's experience and know-how.
Yeah.
To
get them through these games.
To get them through the games, yeah. And you can't blame them for that. It's fair enough, that's how the system works. I'd hope that's what we'd do if we found ourselves in that situation. And while you can kind of bag, whether it be Widnes, Salford, Hull, KR, for the likes of that, as I say, I don't we'd do the same. And it's not the club's fault that necessarily it's that way. Obviously, if they voted for the system, it is. But at the end of the day, it's the system's fault.
Yeah. Right, we've covered all them. Back to Saints. Joseph Paolo, confirmed signing for Saints for the next 3 years.
Yep.
For me now, it's a case of who will be the outgoings. Obviously, John Wilkin out of contract at the end of the season, whether he'll play on or not. I think that's only a question for John to answer. Dominic Peru out of contract as well. Potentially, his performances have probably earned him a decent deal elsewhere in Super League, probably more than Saints will be able to offer under the salary cap, so he's another one who might go.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I've seen a little bit on social media about people whinging that we're not giving the young players a chance. I mean, this isn't the right club to have a go at that. Before you come in with that, this isn't the right club to have a go at not giving young players a chance. You've got to have experience mixed in with that youth. Because we could turn around and put our under-19s out. And
probably still win a lot of games.
Well, everybody would be made up with it, but we finished 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
Is that what people want? You've got to have that mix of youth and experience, and with the young forwards, they do need them experience.
And I think I answered the question before. Go through our squad: Lomax, Percival, Roby, Swift, Grace, Makinson, Thompson, Richardson, Knowles. They've got Bentley.
Wilkin, who actually was a young lad who came over here, and we gave him a...
Lees, Ashworth, Costello. If you're good enough, you're going to play.
And then we've given other players a chance who obviously haven't grasped that. So you look at like Jake Spedding, who has spent a lot of time over at Sheffield. You look at Ricky Bailey, who's been on loan at Lee, and they've been given chances, and we do give people chances. It does frustrate me when people turn around and go, oh, but it's another old Aussie.
Well, case in point, Matty Smith. Yeah. Again, another one of our youth side, but went away. We've re-signed him back on a big contract. He came back with the experience. He wasn't good enough. Danny Richardson was outperforming him. The young kids in ahead of him. Yeah. So, and that shows the club are willing to make them big decisions.
Yeah, absolutely.
I seen a couple of comments saying, oh, another 30-year-old Aussie NRL journeyman or whatever coming over here for a contract. He's 4 years and 3 months younger than John Wilkin. even in 3 years' time, when his contract's up, he will still be, well, he'll still be 4 years, 3 years. He'll still be a year younger than Wilkin is now.
Yeah.
So it's an absolute no-brainer. He's still performing week in, week out in the NRL now, so he's obviously good. If he's good enough to play in the NRL, he's more than good enough to play in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at some of the signings, his name's escaping me now, who played second row for us in the grand final. Is it Manu? Who played second row for us in the grand final, and he was about 35.
How long was the grand final when it was?
2014.
Willie Manu.
Willie Manu.
Yeah.
He was about 35 at the time. Well, you know what? Was he good enough? Yeah. Does it matter how old he was? No. And he's brought young lads through who played in that grand final, the likes of Luke Thompson.
How old's that James Roby now?
31.
Bin him. Too old. Over the hill. Past 30. Get rid. Who can we play at hooker instead?
Matty Smith.
Keep him. Keep him. Sorry, Ropes. But yeah, so that's Joseph Paolo. Anything else to really cover? That's probably around it, really, isn't it, for this week at the minute? So big game tomorrow night, and hopefully, you couldn't care if you can stand there.
No,
we're just making it. Have a little walk. It makes it look a little bit less like Gogglebox. Whatever that was meant to mean. But anyway, yeah. So hopefully, a decent big crowd tomorrow night in this weather at the stadium.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Sun cream needed if so, because it seems to be getting warmer, doesn't it?
The only issue is the old Thursday night thing, but if you sign a deal with Sky to play games on a Thursday, you can't really whinge about it if you're the club.
Last thing to cover, the LDRL Saints side this week. Tremendous to see getting the first winner against Warrington. The first ever game, and great to see the club developing.
Yeah,
these lads.
Absolutely. You just want the likes of the LDRL team and the ladies team just to build now. And let's make a real goal. Let's make everything inclusive. So let's really get behind all of them, whether it be the first team, 19s, 16s, LDRL, ladies team.
And that's the thing, isn't it? The community side of the club's absolutely spot on. We're just looking to our left now, and Saints put on cheerleading classes here on a Thursday night for the youngsters. And the stadium's being used, and it's keeping the community engaged, and that's what you want to see.
Absolutely. And you know what, we mentioned it before, since Holbrook's come in, that hasn't half grown.
Getting it right.
Yeah.
Right, before that lorry interrupts us and makes it sound too loud, we will see you tomorrow night for the Instant Fan Reaction on Redvee TV. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow night.